Test and test, 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 test. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, man. I hope you guys had a beautiful holiday. A restful Christmas and all that. You know what I'm saying? I know. I mean, my Christmas is okay. It didn't really feel too much like Christmas. A lot of changes have happened recently, so I don't know. I went to my sister's house though, and we had a dope time. We had a great time, and I almost didn't go. I was like, man, I don't want to even. But then I went, and it was great. So I'm glad I went. So again, I apologize if we didn't go live this Christmas, but obviously everybody's doing their family situation. We're moving straight on into this Darrell Brooks situation. The last video we did on Brooks was prosecution asking this officer some questions, so we're going to continue on with Brooks finishing it off. And whenever he questions an officer, it's going to be a good time. So you guys are in for a great time. Make sure you guys follow my Instagram, go follow the Patreon, and check out my other videos. Check out my Bryce Rhodes videos. Tomorrow we're gonna be dropping. Not tomorrow. I'm not sure when you guys are gonna get it, but soon we're dropping another installment of the Bryce Rhodes case. So stay tuned, people. Love you guys. Let's get into this.
Any cross?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you recall speaking with Officer Moss that evening?
Not distinctly. There might have been some radio traffic between me and him at one point.
So it'd be fair to say that radio traffic, you guys spoke.
I can't tell you if I had direct contact with him or if I just recall him airing particular pieces of information.
Do you recall any particular bit of information that was aired by Officer Moss?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Do you recall Officer Moss airing that he had spoken with a potential eyewitness who indicated that they had observed numerous suspects run from the vehicle?
Objection, hearsay.
Grounds.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
I recall Officer Moss airing that to the officers responding in general that there may have been more than one suspect that had ran from the vehicle.
And again, I don't understand why he's trying to prove this point. What if he could prove that there was like 3 people running out of the car by some magic, right? You were still the one seen driving in the story. Like, where we like, okay, they got away. You're still going to jail until we find them, right? Like, come on now.
Recall if that aired information. Wait a second, back that up.
Oh, you can't read? You have to try to read properly?
You just stated that there may have been any reason why the air information said it had been, that he had spoken to a potential eyewitness?
Objection, hearsay, and
Grounds.
false or speculation as to the words of another person.
Grounds.
Sustained. Rephrase your question.
Do you recall any air information of description?
Yes.
Do you recall what they were?
Objection, hearsay.
Grounds.
You're asking him the description of the suspect leaving the vehicle?
Yeah, what he heard aired.
Overruled. He may answer.
I recall there being a description of either a light-skinned black male or possible Hispanic male wearing a white shirt, as well as the potential of a white male with curly brown hair.
A white male with curly brown hair? Where the fuck did that description come from? What the fuck? This is the first time I've heard about that. White male with curly brown hair or a light-skinned black man? Like, what the fuck? Like, so I swear, when traumatic things happen, your mind just starts creating these images, because, like, who was the second person? But obviously there's so many people running by and, like, going past. I guess like maybe just a white dude passed the car and he looks suspicious, because some people, they like to look. They'll be all up in there kind of looking, and then they might take off later. So it might look like he was with the car. That's why you shouldn't be looking. You shouldn't be fucking interfering. You know what I mean? Mind your own business. That's the first degree you need to graduate from out of college, is minding your own business. All the rest of the courses, those come after minding your own business. To a safe extent. You know what I mean? Like, shit, you're over here getting described and shit to the police, thinking that you know what I mean? Like, just stay away from that shit.
Do you recall what you did after hearing that air information?
Yes.
What did you do?
I responded to Officer Moss's general location, at which point he requested that a perimeter be set up. So I responded further south to set up a perimeter to attempts to keep those people within the confines of that perimeter.
Do you recall what general area that was?
You're going to have to be more descriptive to what general area are we talking about here?
The area where Officer Moss was.
Officer Moss was at 338 Maple.
Is that the area that you responded to?
Generally, yes.
What do you mean by generally?
I was driving to the residence when he asked that a perimeter be set up.
And do you recall where you set that perimeter up?
Yes.
And where was that?
It was loosely around that residence, as well as to the south and to the west.
What streets were to the south and to the west?
Numerous streets.
Well, I'm referring strictly to your perimeter that you set. Do you recall which street you set your perimeter?
I want to say that I was probably the southernmost squad at that time, and I was at Southwest and Wood.
I'm sorry, what was the second street?
Wood?
Thank you.
Wood.
Did you receive any more information about the suspects who fled from the vehicle?
It was all kind of at the same time.
Do you recall being advised that the male black had possibly fled southbound and that the male white may have fled in the westbound direction?
Your Honor, I object. Move to strike. He's providing statements and facts that are not in evidence.
This is the first time I've seen prosecution write his ass about objections. You know what I mean? Like, they actually give a fuck. Like, let him run his train wreck. Like, none of this is gonna even matter. You know what I mean? Like, Opper's over here getting all irritated and butthurt. Like, girl, it ain't that serious. Like, the questions he's asking, they have no direction anyway. It's like they're not going anywhere. You're wasting your breath. Like, you know what I mean?
Based on hearsay.
The
Sustained.
question was, did he recall being advised that? That was the question. Does he recall being advised?
Still hearsay. Sustained.
So who were you advised by?
Officer Moss.
And do you recall what you were advised?
Objection. Hearsay.
So you put one step in front of asking the exact same question. So who are you advised by? Oh yeah, him. What did he advise you? Like, bro, get the real man out here if you want to ask those questions. Like, that is crazy. He was like, let me trick them. Let me trick them. You know what I mean? I can slide a question here and then just kind of like ask the exact same question, and 4 seconds later. That's crazy.
Sustained. Next question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Next question, please. Hearsay.
What's that hearsay? And how did you end up being dispatched to the 500 block of Elizabeth Street?
I heard another officer error that they were listening to Waukesha County Communications, indicating that there was a person going door to door in the 500 block of Elizabeth Street.
I'm sorry, you stated you heard that?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be like hearsay?
Only if it's being offered for the truth of the matter asserted. If it's just explain what he did next, then no.
He's over here asking the judge. You know what I mean? He's asking her, can't that be hearsay? Like he's in class. You know what's crazy is that she answered that. I just would leave him in the open. Like, can that be hearsay? And I would just look the other way. I don't know what you say. I don't know what you're saying. I ruled it, so shut the fuck up and keep moving. Like, that's crazy. He's over here like this is a classroom.
That was the same question I asked before, Your Honor. And upon arriving at Elizabeth Street, you stated that there was already a suspect being detained at the moment that you arrived.
No.
No elaboration, no nothing. I love it. Just dry as can be. You have to ask that question, fool.
So what did you observe when you got to the 500 block of Elizabeth Street?
I already explained that upon getting there, I traveled westbound on Elizabeth Street till it ended, at which point I turned around and came back. So when I initially got there, I didn't see anything.
Did you observe someone being detained at gunpoint?
Not upon initially getting there, no.
Not initially. Did at any time you observe someone being detained at gunpoint?
Yes, I already said that.
Do you recall what they had on?
Yes.
You state for the record and for the jury what they had on?
They had red t-shirts and blue jeans.
Blue jeans. Were they jogging pants or blue jeans?
Appeared to be blue jeans.
A red t-shirt and blue jeans. I mean, the most. And I'm telling you that, I mean, when you think about it, it sounds like, okay, whatever. But he looks so homeless, bro, with his red shirt and his blue jeans. The shit was so pathetic, bro. Beard all over the place. I mean, my beard's not the best right now. But, you know, we going to take care of that. But beard all over the place. His shirt fucked up. Looks like he washed it like minimum 30 times. Jeans faded. Bro was just looking bad out here. He was just looking bad. Shit.
And do you recall why the suspect was being detained at that time?
Yes.
And what do you recall about why they were being detained at that time?
You were being detained for involvement in a crash in the downtown area.
I like how he's like, you were being detained for a crash. I bet she's gonna be like, I don't consent to being called you because you're referring to me as Brooks still by saying you. So I prefer you say they or the person. You know what I mean? You know, another thing is, I think these people who sit down in these seats particularly, they know that the camera's here, because every once in a while you'll see somebody pull up in the back of the corner right there. You know what I mean? Perfectly in the corner there, and sometimes you can see the angle. There's seats over here to the right where they're completely empty, but they sit right there just to get that little screen time. I swear that's what these girls are doing right now. I don't know, but that's what I'm assuming they're doing. Why sit way over here?
And upon when the suspect was detained, do you recall stating that you were confident they were either the driver or passenger of the vehicle found at 338 Maple?
No, I never said that.
Did you give a report about what happened that evening?
Yes.
Did you write it yourself?
Yes.
What is he doing? He's outlining something now. Bro is deranged, bro. I swear to God. He's out, like, what do you...
So I'm reading from your report right here that you just stated that you wrote. Do you recall saying, I was confident that Brooks was either the driver or passenger of the striking vehicle?
That is in my report. However, you asked if I said that. I didn't say that. That's a more or less an internal dialogue with myself saying that I felt confident that you were the suspect, either the driver or passenger in that vehicle.
So it'd be fair to say at the time of your report, you were confident that it was more than one person in the vehicle?
No.
So why did you write the report in that fashion?
I was confident that you were involved with that vehicle and with the crash in the downtown area.
So it'd be
He
fair
is
to...
trying so hard to make it seem like there are more people in the car. Bro, even if you're in the passenger seat, you're just the only dumbass that didn't get away then. And you're still going to get charged for everybody else. That's how crime works. If you're involved, you get the same charges. Just like if you were, like, for example, you were riding with him and you participated in that, right? Or say, no, better example. Say, like, you guys robbed the house, right? And the lady in there turns into a home invasion because there's a lady in there you didn't know, right? But anyways, your friend ends up shooting her. Boom, over with. You guys finish robbing the house, you get up out of there, and you say to yourself, oh, well, I mean, if we get caught, I mean, I'm only going to get the home invasion. He's going to get the, the homicide charge. No, it doesn't work like that, bro. You're all getting that charge. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? You're all implicated. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense what he's trying to say.
Would it be fair to say that you could have written your report in that fashion instead of the fashion that you wrote it?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained. As to the form of the question.
Any reason why you were referred to a passenger?
Yes. Initially, there was reports that multiple people fled from the vehicle, from the area of the vehicle.
And because of those reports is why you wrote your report in that fashion. Or in the fashion
He's
that you
such
wrote.
a feminine male. Look at this shit. Look at the way he stretches his hands out to, like, gesture which way he was going to go. Such a, feminine energy just oozing out of this guy. That's why he couldn't, you know what I mean? He couldn't keep a good relationship. I guess, grew up with his mom his whole time, his aunties, his all the females. And bro, you need to cut that shit out. Getting all emotional and shit. He always, if you guys notice, he's always getting mad and emotional about some shit. Then he wants to go and represent himself. That in itself is a decision made out of emotions. So you're crazy to go and think you're gonna go represent yourself unless you just made that decision because you were mad and you just wanted to go ahead and just storm out and do something crazy. Stupid, bro.
Your report in that fashion. Or in the fashion that you wrote it.
Objection asked and answered, argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
So when you observed the suspect being detained at Elizabeth Street, at that time, did you know the suspect's name?
No.
And you found a credit or debit card when conducting a search?
Yes.
Do you recall where you found that credit or debit card?
Your right pocket.
In Exhibit 176, where it shows someone holding the credit card, was that you
Was what me?
holding the credit card?
No.
Okay, bro
But
is
you are-
over here. He's over here trying to act dumb at the same time. He's being a smart ass and he's being sharp with him. I mean, understandable. The questions are stupid. It's like doofus questions we're asking right now. But yeah, stop being difficult, dog. Just answer the question. Was what you? Like, you know what he's asking. Just answer the question. So, you know what I mean? Just answer the question so you could go back about your day. You know what I mean? Like, shit. I would not be in here trying to waste time fucking around with this idiot shit. I'm losing brain cells talking to this man. Let me hurry up, quickly lose my cells real fast and get up out of here. Maybe I could learn something new and brighten my day up. I don't know.
Thank you, Miss Gussie. How about there? 436.
Do you remember this video?
No, I don't. I didn't. That's not my body cam video.
Oh, shit.
Pause. Go back like 2 seconds.
Thank you once again for doing that.
Is that this touchscreen, right? Is this right here the credit debit cards that you found?
I can't tell what that is.
Can you clear that?
Madam Clerk, please and thank you.
Thank you. Can you go back maybe 2 more seconds? I think it's a clearer shot.
For the record.
Madam Clerk, please and thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't gotta tell her that. I mean, shit. This is not a pleasant man. You think he's gonna go ahead and be pleasant to Madam Clerk to change some slides? No. So like, why are you like, guys? Why are you making issues out of these small things? Keep it pushing. That's all I've got to say. Keep it pushing. Like, there's no need to linger with his bullshit. He's going to take any little edge he could get. If you say that too many times, now he's going to want to argue about that, and you're going to waste another day just arguing with a crazy person. Oh, this damn thing.
Your Honor, it's not that easy to just jump back 2 seconds. I mean, if he has a specific time, we can jump to a time.
How would I know if I've only seen the video once? Like, why is it that big of a deal? Can you play from right there? Right there.
435, Your Honor.
Oh, that does look like cards.
435.
Now it's on 437. We
Can
started
you pause it at 435?
Right, it was started and then you said pause, and obviously it takes time to do that, so. And the record should reflect that Mr. Brooks has drawn a circle around something on the still image. Go ahead, ask your question.
The record should reflect consent to that name.
Ask your question, sir.
Around the 435 mark, you can see whoever this is holding.
That doesn't
Is
help.
holding the credit card, debit card. Is that you?
Objection. That assumes a fact not in evidence, Your Honor.
Sustain. Rephrase your question.
Can you clear that?
Madam Clerk, please, thank you.
You said that you found a key. Where's the footage of you finding the key?
I don't have a body cam, so there's not going to be video of my body cam.
So if you were wearing your body cam, it would have depicted what you found during your search.
No, the city of Waukesha did not have body cams during this incident.
So it'd be fair to say there is no footage of you finding a key. Grounds.
It's argumentative, and he's already said he was not wearing a body camera.
Actually,
He can't
he
know
said-
possibly, it's speculation, he can't know possibly.
Actually, he said the city of Waukesha didn't have body cams. He didn't say.
Right, it's sustained, it assumes facts not in evidence and calls for speculation on the part of this witness, and there's also lack of foundation as to this witness.
The foundation is this mysterious key he said he found.
The jury will disregard that statement made by Mr. Brooks. It's not his time to testify. You will have an opportunity to do that later if you choose.
And you know damn well he's not going to be testifying. And by the way, he doesn't consent to being called that name. Just so you know. Stop playing around with this man. He doesn't consent to this, and we're disrespecting his consent. Like, the fuck does that mean, bro? You don't have rights like that, bro. You have a certain, like, just because you don't consent to something doesn't mean it's not going to happen to you. That's the same as you saying, I don't want this to happen. Who gives a fuck? We don't care. This is what's going to happen because you ran over 40 people. Like, what was going on?
I don't consent to being called that name, for the record.
See, told you.
Are you aware of what happened to the ring footage?
A copy of the ring footage was emailed to me by the homeowner, and it was ultimately placed on property inventory at the Waukesha Police Department.
Do you recall if it was multiple videos?
It was, yes.
Do you recall at about 1640 hours? I don't know. Would that be 440?
Oh my God.
Yes, that's 440.
This man, like, bro, count from midday and upward, moron. Or better yet, there's 24 hours in the day. Subtract. Like, I don't know. Like, he was like, I guess that's 430. Like, bro, you could tell this is a high school dropout for
You
sure.
recall directing traffic at the intersection of Barstow Street and Corina?
Yes.
And do you recall an officer hearing anything over the radio at that time?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall what that was?
An officer had aired that you had driven around his barricade or into the parade route.
You. Who do you refer to as you?
You, Darrell Brooks.
And you knew that at that time?
He could not wait to confirm that it was you, Darrell Brooks, your birth name, the name of the man who's in this building right now.
At that time, no.
So how would you say you?
Throughout the investigation, it was determined to be you.
Dumbass.
Do you recall do you recall it being any other air information at that time?
Yes.
Do you recall what that was?
Objection, calls for hearsay.
Grounds.
Are you offering it for the truth of the matter asserted or for some other reason? Otherwise,
For,
it's hearsay.
for the truth of the matter, I'm asking him, does he recall what was aired on his radio?
Well, then you're asking him to testify to hearsay, so it's sustained.
He gonna get mad. He's about to get mad. Look at his face. You could tell. Like I said a few videos ago, he's one of them people, like, oh, I can't do it. Throws it on the floor and walks away. Never comes back. Like, you know how it takes, like, a good 10 tries, 7 tries to get good at, like, not even get good, to understand something, and then you start getting good at it. You have to keep trying. He's the type of person, he try it once, throw it on the floor. This is stupid. Walk away. That's how he treats this trial. He has a game plan every time he comes in here. But he gets angry and in his feelings, and then he just starts getting angry and yelling and staring and, you know, doing his whole Darrell Brooks thing. He's just one of those people. You know what I mean? The mental fortitude is just not there. It's not there.
Do you recall an officer indicating that the vehicle was continuing westbound and possibly blaring its horn?
Objection.
Grounds.
Same
how he looks
objection,
at
Your
him.
Honor. He's attempting to testify and offering hearsay statements into the record.
I'm not attempting to testify.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain.
For the reasons the state indicated.
Dumbass. These women back here are enjoying themselves. I swear. They came in here for some camera time. These two, they're like, yeah, let's go see the Darrell Brooks trial. Ooh, there's a camera over there. Let's go sit behind it. They're strictly here for the entertainment, and I'm here for it. Shout them out.
Do you recall?
You can ask the witness if he heard any horns at that time. That would be different. But what someone else may have reported would be hearsay if it's offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
Well, I'm reading from the report that he wrote.
That doesn't take away that it's hearsay. If it's in the report and someone else said it, it's actually double hearsay.
Just in case you didn't know. Damn, I ain't even heard about no double hearsay. She over here mind fucking your boy Darrell Brooks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you.
You yourself filed a claim in this matter?
No.
Oh, you guys know where
No,
we're getting
Vinny.
at. You guys know where we're getting at. Did you yourself file a claim in this matter? Okay, so who did file the claim? Is that a real living, breathing person? No? Ah. Therefore, let's see. You know, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. That's where I think we're going with this.
Anyone who filed a claim in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Overruled. He may answer if he knows.
No.
Do you recall whom subpoenaed you to testify here today?
The state of Wisconsin via the Washoe County District Attorney's Office.
You said state of Wisconsin. Who would you be referring to when you say state of Wisconsin?
The entity that is the state of Wisconsin judicial system.
So the state of Wisconsin is an entity to the best of your knowledge.
Yes.
Is an entity a living, breathing human?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant. Argumentative.
Sustained. Next question.
Do you know if the state of Wisconsin is the plaintiff in this matter?
Yes.
An entity is the plaintiff?
Objection. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Bro, they are the state. That's the whole point, dumbass. The state is talking right now. Like, he doesn't understand, like, concepts, I guess. Like, he doesn't understand, like, I don't know, government. I don't know. Like, I don't know what he's not understanding, but, bro, like, the state's right over there talking. They're represented. They're representing the state, you know? Everybody hates you, basically. Nobody in the state likes you. And they're representing them. That's, you get it now? Like, come on.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's also overly broad.
You ever had a phone conversation
Objection. Irrelevant.
with the plaintiff?
About this case?
About this case?
Overruled. You may answer.
No.
Have you ever seen the plaintiff in this case?
And we're going to end it right about there. He's starting his nonsensical line of questioning. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the officer that we had to complete. All right. Again, keep in mind, we're dropping another Bryce Rhodes video tomorrow. So, you know, keep your eyes open for that. We're going strong on that saga as well. And again, I hope you guys have a beautiful Christmas. Stay inside, stay safe. What else? I might stream during the week to catch up on the days we didn't stream. So keep an eye open for that. You know, new things coming to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.